Alrighty, turn 83, February 27th, 1942. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to Hellsen. Alright. Took a base, little dot base off of New Guinea. Nothing major. Oh, we found a Japanese, an Allied sub. We're ignoring it. Okay. He's shooting at a destroyer and misses. Alright, let's get him. Come on. Type 2s. And we're out of... Oh. Alright. And we shoot at a destroyer and miss. Same goes from my side, too. Shooting at destroyers is hard. Ooh. That's a carrier. I know it doesn't show one there, but that's a carrier task force. Can almost guarantee it. The only thing else that would be, I don't know. If there was some amphibious, maybe, but no, there's a CV there. Alright, we're landing troops. Salamana. Landing troops at Salajar. Interesting, huh? He sortied a big fleet. Hey, we hit the cruiser. Damn Boise's there. We have more torpedoes. Hey, we hit the Indianapolis. Oh, we got hit. Yes! Torpedo hit on the router. I took another hit. Third hit. These are 2 5-inch hits and 1 cruiser hit. Are we gonna get away? And we got away. Alright, we took 4 shell hits. We delivered 2 shell hits in return and 1 torpedo hit. He's pretty ballsy up there with those surface groups. I need to catch him. I really do. Bad weather is hampering my airstrikes all over the place. Bombing those troops that fled from Wenchao. Hitting Baton airfield. Keeping it suppressed. doesn't require a whole lot to suppress it anymore. Coming in for another strike on Chungking. We damaged a bunch of planes last time. Oh, wow. Damn! AA's hammering us. Holy cow. Says we lost 4, but it's more like we played like 7 or 8. At least these are Sallies and not the long-range naval bombers. Yeah, I'm flying too low for this. Bombing Clark. "35 hits, nice. Hitting Clark again. Need to make a note here. USCV near Suva. Alright. Some more heavy bombers. Medium bombers. Alright, going into PM phase. Bad weather, of course. Everything's bad weather. Wow, I flew like no air missions. Yep. Wow. Bad weather for me. Alright. Bombardment at Clark, just kind of seeing what's going on. Okay. Attacking some, yep, Chinese troops fleeing. Ones that fled. Alright, my tanks attacking here. Oh, nice. We'll take Santa Maria. Banzai! We'll take Billiton. Banzai! And that's it for the turn. Alright. Overall, not a bad turn. We got that destroyer down in the South Pacific. Got kind of lucky. Avoided a lot of gunfire to survive the fight against two heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 2 or 3 destroyers. Took 4 hits total. We'll take a look at her. Delivered Two shell hits back and a torpedo hit. Unfortunately, the torpedo was on a light cruiser, not a heavy, but hey, we will take it. Alright, as soon as the production's done, we'll we'll pause the video, save off the game, grab some intel, and we'll come back. Hey, a bunch of units arriving. Alright. Alrighty, not a bad turn. Nothing great happened, nothing bad happened. So, take what you get. Let's go over some stats here. Score-wise, we went up 13 points. Allies went up 22, mostly by building bases. Let's see, Allies lost 2 aircraft on the field, 1 in ops. We lost 12 to flak and 5 to ops. All of our flak's going to be over Chungking. Take a look here. Yeah, we lost 12 Sallies to flak, 1 to ops. That's all over Chungking. We lost an Oscar to ops, a Babs to ops, a Tina to ops, a Zero to ops. He lost a PBY5 to ops. Lost a Liberator on the ground, and I don't know if it was Chinese or whatever it is, that the AVG P40 on the ground as well. So we lost 17 aircraft. Probably going to be, 12, 14 killed in action. Yep, those are all over like Chungking. Alright. Incoming air groups. Next turn we get 5. We get some fighters, some bombers, and some nav search, which is good. We can use every aircraft group we can get. Sunk ships last turn. It says I sunk the Reuter with a torpedo hit. I do not believe that. It is a single torpedo hit. I doubt very much it's sunk. We might get lucky and it might sink on the way to the repair yard, but I doubt it. It all depends on how much damage it actually was. If it was a heavy hit, it might sink on the way home. If it was a light hit, it won't. Nothing new really showing up there. Ships coming in. Nothing really coming until the Junio in 64 days. We have the normal support ships, a couple destroyers, some subs, miscellaneous patrol crafts, a bunch of merchies, but that's it. Nothing of any real worth. Incoming on the ground, 4 days to a base force, 3 days later another base force. In 10 days we get a bunch of port units and a tank unit that we bought back. Then a couple days later on the 15th we get a bunch of units, you can see here. 15 days, that'll be March 15th. Bunch of nav guards, some anti-tank units, couple special base forces. 15 days will be a good day for us on the ground. Nothing should be destroyed. Yep. Alright, production. Aircraft and engines. And we built 16, 27, 39, 42 engines, a new record for us. Alright. Of which we built 3 Zeros, 2 Oscars, 2 Sallies, 1 of everything else. You can see here, HA35, we're at 532. We're above the engine bonus of 500. So all of my Zero research for the 5C is getting bonuses. So every day, every size 30 factory I have, instead of producing 1 research point, it produces 2. So it doubles your research, which is nice. Devices that we built this turn. Let's see, ton of support. And engineers, some infantry, AV support, motorized support, anti-aircraft crap guns. Those 7.7 millimeter anti-aircraft guns are worthless, but it's better than nothing. Barely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this screen for a moment to R&D here, show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so see, I still have 2 factories researching the roofie. They're almost fully repaired. The roofie's a float fighter. It's nice. You can put some of those on like your battleships or your heavy cruisers, the ones that have 2 groups. You can upgrade 1 to roofies, and then they always will have some kind of you can fly cap with them over the task force, which is nice. They're not great, but 3 or 4 float fighters are better than no cap, and the roofie is basically the Mark II Zero, A6M20, the base zero that goes on water. So it's not a bad plane early in the war, but later in the war it is not that good, but it's still better than nothing. We got 3 factories. We're working on the 5C0. As you can see, we are 39% research on it to move up a month, and that's going up 6 every day. So basically, every 16 days, we're advancing it a month right now. Once we get these factories up there to producing 2, it'll be every 10 days. So every month in game is 4 months of research. So this 1044 date is gonna start dropping. Now I don't expect this guy till I forget. I don't know where my notes are. That I had it all figured out, but it's off a little bit. It all depends on when you can get these factories repaired and when you can get that engine bonus going. So there is some randomness in it because factory repair is random. It doesn't always repair. The only thing that always repairs every day is industry and engines. Even if they're R&D engines, those repair on every day if you have enough supplies. But aircraft R&D is not a guaranteed repair every day. The closer they are to their date, the higher the chance. I don't think anyone's found any kind of exact formula. It's all buried. They will never release that information. So it's just, that's because you can see here the SAMs have been repairing since day one, and they've repaired 2 factories. And that's good. Some of them haven't even done that. And so the farther out they are, the less chance of them repairing. And so it's unknown equation. But that's what the engine bonus does to you. It doubles your research. So instead of getting 3 points a turn, I get 6 here. And hopefully in 3 or 4 days, these will both be repaired up, and I'll be getting 10 a day. All right. So let's bring this back up just to hold the screen, and we'll hop over to Combat Reporter. Sometimes that typewriter noise, that clicking noise, is a pain in the rear. But, okay, on the sea, we had several encounters. We had a surface encounter down by Santa Maria Island, down in off the coast of Luganville, basically. We went there. We just dropped off some troops last turn, and our little destroyer escort there was, I don't know if he was surprised or not. Yes, we were surprised there by a rather large size allied surface combat group. They opened fire on us at 12,000 yards. We were not. We didn't see them. They saw us first, so they opened fire. To be honest, I thought for sure this ship was dead. I'm not sure how they survived, other than probably just luck. And I don't think any of these guys have radar yet. But overall, we took 4 hits. In return, that little fighter guy, that little fighting destroyer, returned 2 hits with his main gun on the Indianapolis and the Boise. Yes, the goddamn Boise's here. They both bounced off armor, but hey, it's not so much of whether they, at least he's shooting back and landing hits. But the impressive thing that this little destroyer got off was he got off 2 torpedo attacks. One was at the Indianapolis or the Portland, I don't remember which, but they missed. But the second one did run into the light cruiser De Ruyter, and one of them hit. I would have loved to put that on the Boise instead, but we'll take what we get. So we got one. It says heavy damage. So the De Ruyter might just have very low armor. I don't know, and I'm not gonna look it up. It's just one of those things I don't really care about. It is what it is. Or the damage roll was really, really good, because you can hit one ship with a torpedo and do like 10 points of damage. Hit the same ship next time with a torpedo and you'll do 30 damage. There is a range on all hits. Just to add in, kind of where it actually hit and just luck. The game did say that the Reuter sunk. I don't believe that. But heavy damage means this sucker's gonna have to go back to a repair yard. Probably move and slow. This is in the South Pacific. There's not a whole lot near there. His closest repair yard is gonna be the east coast of Oz. So like Brisbane. With a little bit of luck, he'll sink on the way there. So that's the surface hit, and we got away with minimal damage. I think it was like 15 or 16 damage. I don't know how. I know 2 of those hits were 5 inches from the enemy destroyers. One was a hit from one of the cruisers, so a 6-inch probably from one of the light cruisers. I don't recall what the 4th hit was, but it was probably another 5-inch shell. But overall, we survived. They all survived, but honestly, we delivered much more damage than near Naughty. An Allied task force ran over one of my subs. We fired off a pair of torpedoes at a destroyer and missed. No surprise, destroyers are hard to hit with this torpedoes. They're nimble little ships. They could not get position over us to attack, so they left us alone. But we got a pretty good intel reading on this. You got 2, 4, 5, 6 destroyers, 3 heavy cruisers, and a light cruiser. I'm guessing this is a carrier task force. We didn't see a carrier, but that doesn't mean there wasn't one there. I could probably look it up. That might be, I don't know, is that Saratoga, Enterprise? One of them, I can almost guarantee you this is a carrier task force. There's at least one carrier in this group. That's what I put into my notes, so I'm taking it as a gospel. Some of you will agree, some of you won't, but I'm just, for where it's at and where, over here near Fiji, what else would it be? I'm putting this down as a carrier task force, which is great because if he's bringing his carriers into the South Pacific to play, I'm all for it. At near Muntauk, we spotted another Allied sub. We could not get into attack mode, but hey, we spotted it. It didn't spot us. No attack was done. At Linga, a little bit farther north, we spotted a Dutch sub who did attack us. Fired off a pair of torpedoes at a destroyer. Once again, missed because destroyers are hard to hit. We did attack once and missed, but then we ran out of depth charges. Luckily, this task force, as with the other one, is heading back to Singapore. These are part of the invasion of Java. So they're all heading back up there, and they will rearm and refuel up there. On the ground, we had Santa Maria. We captured the base. No one there. Clark Field, we bombarded. We inflicted more damage than we lost. Billiton, we took the base. And up in China, we attacked the fleeing troops that originated in Wenchao. Now, it shows several units here. All we did was attack with the tanks. These guys are little assault value 20, 25 units. They're heading down to Wenchao to form the garrison so I can free up my actual combat units because these guys suck. But, I mean, they're called a division and a brigade, but they're all like size 20 and 25. So I'm not sure I don't know. But they're good for garrison duty, and that's it. So I'm stacking 4 of them up down in Wenchao. They will form the garrison there, which will let me pull all those troops out of there so I can have actual combat troops, Japanese army troops for combat operations. So I'm just attacking with the tanks here. I do have a division to the west moving here to try to catch these guys. I'm not sure why he's moving east. But we caught some of them here, four of them, and the rest of the group fleeing from Wenchao is to the east, right here in the open terrain. So that's our ground combat. Amphibious, we landed at Salamaya. In the air, it was all us. We bombed a couple bases. Actually, not all us. The U.S. Air Force got into the... Actually, I think it's still U.S. Army Air Force at this point. I don't think it's the Air Force is its own thing yet. Bombing the hell out of my partial division at E Fate. These guys are just gonna have to suck it up and just take the beating for a while, which is good because they're not bombing the main unit up at Luganville. And we bombed some Chinese here as well. Had a lot of bad weather this round, hampering a lot of my airstrikes. So, and radio, we got Auckland, Brisbane, Rockhampton, Vladivostok, Brisbane, and Hilo. And in the ops, unknown. Okay, pilot reporting killed. Reading off. Transporting. All right, we got the last of that base force moved down to Kalijati, which is good. We got some more upgrades at Wenchao, Missouri, and one of our new float plane units upgraded in size. Okay, task forces. We were spotted. Oh no, we spotted them. All right. Some Marines. Us respawning enemy task force supposedly, and mostly subs. Mostly, like this is a lie. There's no way Allied ships are near Japan. They're not here. They're not here. Nah, those are all lies. Near truck, no, that's us. Our nav search pilots really need to learn the difference between a Japanese ship and an Allied ship, but replacement-wise, we got some Pete's in the pipeline. Repairs, we repaired an AK and at truck and an escort ship at Singapore. We lost a pilot in a landing accident. We captured 3 bases. All of them were. This was an auto flip, and those 2 were against no one there. Intel, Allies have expanded Chittagong airfield to size 7. That's going to be a problem. And this Russian base is size 6. The reason this will be a problem is that it's farther south than like Calcutta, which means it gives his bombers size 7. He can put some heavies there and reach down to Rangoon or in points farther south. All right, bunch of aircraft damaged. That one's crashed. That's a loss. The rest of these are all damaged. And we did get some units this turn. We got 4 combat units. We got 2 construction battalions, an army headquarters, and a regiment. The regiment is in name. It's a cavalry regiment, so I think it's actual horses because it's only like a size 25 attack value. So they're not very useful. But I believe it's the last piece I need to reform the 5th Guards Division. So it'll be sent up into Burma, where all the rest of it is either now or on its way, and then we will reform the division. So that's it for the combat reporter. Let's hop back into the map here. We'll take a look around. Here we are in Burma. Not much is going on. We are unloading 2 divisions here. The 1st division has not finished unloading. The 6th Guards, I am already moving it. So hopefully the last bits of it will unload this turn and then magically move right up into that hex with the rest of them. Let's see. It says we spot. Yeah, they spotted our 1 landing. Okay, both of them. They spotted everything but our escorts. So we got this guy standing watch for any surface engagements. Not a big task force, but it should be enough to handle just about anything he has up here. With Force Z destroyed, I mean, he might have a couple cruisers up here, but that would be it. Here we go. The 6th Guards just arrived in port here and is starting to unload. No, 6th Guards is the one that's been here. You can see they're mostly unloaded except for this AP is, I don't know why he's taking forever. The 4th Division just arrived and is starting to unload as well. They need to hurry the hell up because I got another division here and more troops coming here. Down into Malaya, our amphibious ships are just finally arriving back to Singapore. Takeo that got crippled farther south has made it up here to, this is what, Tanjoing Penang. It is 1 hex away from Singapore. We are moving to Singapore this turn and auto disbanding. So unless we get some unbelievable, horrible luck that the KO is surviving, 73 major, that's going to be probably 6 months in the repair yard, but it's still 6 months in the repair yard. I made a comment to my other opponent, Lodrick, the other day, about how when I play Japan, I hate losing heavy cruisers. They are very useful. They're not huge fuel hogs like the battleships are. They are quick and smaller, but they can do some heavy damage and take a pretty good beating. Unless you're bringing 1,000-pound bombs or torpedoes to the heavy cruisers, you're not really gonna hurt it. So if we can get a max range strike from a U.S. carrier, probably not gonna hurt it unless you get some torpedo hits, because the 500-pound bombs will bounce off its armor. So I'm happy that we're gonna save this ship. It'll be there 6 months in repair, but it's 42. It's not super important that I have this ship out on the front lines. Come 43 and later, I'm gonna need that ship. Going down, we got Palembang. We will take this base next turn. It's probably undefended. We're heading down to Oosthaven. On Java, we're still just holding at that Jetty. We got our fighters here. We got some planes down here for recon. I'm trying to pop off these PT boats here. I got some of my zeros set to naval attack at 100 feet. So I think the problem is I don't have a good sighting on them, so they won't launch. But it could also be stupid weather. That's light cloud here, and it won't give me the weather over. See, I wish you could see weather over like any base, just because it's a weather report. You don't need to recon the base or own the base and see the weather. I can look up the weather for any city in the country right now, and the only reason the difference is one, it'll be more accurate than the 40s, and two, it's at my fingertips. You can't tell me that the weather forecasters for the military can't weather forecast anywhere, because that's why D-Day was postponed, because of bad weather, and they knew it before they went. That's one of my little pet peeves. You should be able to see the weather over any hex. Maybe it's me. Maybe there's a hotkey for it. I'm just stupid. I don't know. Well, I guess maybe someone can post and let me know if there is. Over here in Luzon, nothing going on. Mindanao, nothing going on. Down in the DEI, as I call it, this area here is what I consider the DEI. I know it's a whole area, but in my head, this is the DEI to me. We're slowly grabbing some bases in Celebes. We're chasing down these guys. We're going to grab this base, Salajar, here. We already have most of this. We already have all this area. Going down to the end of New Guinea, New Britain, and the Solomons. We're going to capture this. We're going to land here. For some reason, this task force was not set to unload. Probably because I had one task force and I split it up into multiples and I missed one. Everything else here is ours. Going down South Pacific. Here's Santa Maria, where we just had that surface engagement. Here's my little destroyer. Look at that guy. 13 system damage only from facing off 4 cruisers and 4 destroyers. Pretty impressive. He has no torpedoes left. He fired them all. He has some gun ammo left. But he is heading home, or at least to truck. He'll rearm, refuel, and then sit there a couple days and get the repairs. Up through here, his ship's moving, hauling some resources out of the ocean and Nauru Islands. Here's truck up into the Marianas. We need some supplies at Guam. It's already been task force is loading in Tokyo right now. It will finish loading this turn and go out next turn. I'm trying to run a convoy out almost every turn or every other turn out of the home island. It's really killing my supply there. But I need supply in other places, and right now the only real big depot of supply I have is in the home islands. But once we stop expanding or slow down the expansion, the supply will start stockpiling in Japan. So here's my picket line. We got heavy rain, partial clouds, heavy clouds, heavy cloud. Oh, a pair of heavy clouds, and thunderstorms. All right. We got resource convoys up north, resource convoys at Fusan. Nothing exciting happening in Japan. We're just moving ships, resizing air groups, and moving men around so we can load them up and get them to the front. And China, the huge mess. I think he may have either spotted me or got a little antsy. He has men moving from here. I think he's running up to Chengta, which I also noticed that it has the number of units has not really changed, but the number of troops has increased. But we are on the move here. We're almost halfway through this hex, which is the slow one. Once we get on this road, it'll be 2 turns before we attack. So I'm thinking 4 turns, 4 days, and we should be attacking here. I'm not sure if he can get anything here in time. Be 2, 4. He shouldn't be able to get anything here, so we should at least... Our shock attack should go against whatever he has here currently. Another turn or so, I'll start I'll start bombing Changta. So, does not look like it's moving anything here. So, we will see how that goes. I am a little concerned. I got a lot of forces here. You can see I got 2,200 assault, including 600 assault in tanks. That's the big punch here, is all these tank units. So, we will see. I'm hoping for a good dice roll when we push in, and we can maybe, either do some heavy damage to him, or, a lucky thing would be just to grab the base, but it's going to have probably level 3, level 4 forts. So I don't know if we'll grab the base, but even if we get in here and hammer him hard without taking massive losses ourselves, that would be big for us. So our main thrust in China right now is against Changta. If we fail here, we can definitely retreat, but I don't know where we would hit, where our next thrust would be, and it would take us a while to recover from a major failed attempt here. We have time, but we want to take as much as we can. I'm behind as it is. But that's the turn. If you enjoyed watching with me, please go ahead and click on the like button. If you're following this campaign or my game against Lodric and you have not subscribed, just go ahead and hit that subscription button. Doesn't cost you nothing. They're free for you guys to subscribe. Gives us a little bit better ratings, a little more people to see the videos, a little more exposure of the game. But until the next turn, you guys have yourself a great day, and we'll see you later.